India A versus India D, the second round of the DULEEP Trophy, if you have to look at it, that has come to an end. And it is India A who have won out. India D, on the other hand, have suffered their second consecutive loss. And considering the circumstances of what you have to see, India D, captained by Shreyas Iyer, really do have problems. And if you look at the contributions that has been there for the entire game, it was yet again a missed opportunity for Shreyas Iyer and the likes. Because when India A conceded 290, they allowed them to reach that position because they couldn't dismantle the tail. 183, they were all done because Devdutt Padikkal's 92 had ensured that they got to that score. But then 380 for 3, then all out for 301, losing by 186 runs on the final day, meant that India D again have to ask the questions. Where did they go wrong? The bowling was a different predicament altogether. But if I have to look at the captain himself, Shreyas Iyer, after getting out for 0, set up by the short ball and driving a full delivery when you look at it in the first innings, 7-ball duck, again there were questions raised. Today Shreyas Iyer looked very good in his 41, but we all know that he is a good player of spin, right? But in one freak delivery that happened, you may call it a freak delivery, you can call it unlucky, you can call it poor shot selection. Shreyas Iyer went on the back foot and tried to pull Shams Mulani towards deep mid wicket. But then the ball stayed a bit low, it skidded and it snuck between Iyer's leg to knock the leg stump. Now that is why you may have to say that Shreyas Iyer, 41 very attractive runs, but yet again he couldn't carry on and make a good score. And if you have to look at all the other instances, Shams Mulani undid him. Devdutt Padikkal, 92 in the first innings, and here he was undone by an absolute peach, bowling round the wicket, angling across, gripped, turned across and hit the leg stump. Devdutt Padikkal was undone in that sense. So one run that he scored meant that India D stood no chance of even surviving that particular period. So Shreyas Iyer bowled, Devdutt Padikkal bowled, but at least Devdutt Padikkal has held himself high with a 92 in a tough situation in the first innings also. So if you have to look at India's hopefuls that were there, Shreyas Iyer again had a very middling, if you look at it, underwhelming match. Devdutt Padikkal on the other hand, barring this failure, he was pretty good. Sanju Samson, again 3 4s and 3 6s, he looked aggressive, he looked the part. But as usual, the frustrating thing with Sanju Samson is when he gets set, he doesn't capitalize on it and he goes on to fall for a very good 30 or a very good 40 or a very good 50. This is the problem. Already in a match where you have seen Ishan Kishan outshine in the other encounter that is there. That also has ended in a draw, by the way, India B versus India C. Ishan Kishan has outshone Sanju Samson. We know it's Pant and Jurel. But what about the other backups? Ishan has stolen the show yet again. And you are hearing reports that Ishan might come back into the Indian cricket team for the T20Is versus Bangladesh. So Sanju Samson once again has fallen slightly behind when you look at it. 5 and 40, very good runs, but very good runs will not get you the selector's eyes at this point in time. So looking at the entire situation, if you have to look at the entire rematch of it, Tanush Kotian yet again had shown at that point along with Shams Mulani. 290 India A had made, 183 India D, Devdutt Padikkal was in top form, and then 380 for 3. It just was not meant to be, and that is why 301, although India D put up a good total, losing by 186 runs, second consecutive loss for India D. It means now their chances of reaching the final are all but over. So you look at it, India A are in top position, India B and C may fight out for the second spot. India D on the other hand, their chances look done at this point in time. So let us see how the final round of the DULEEP Trophy league stages continue at this point in time, because the DULEEP Trophy really has been an audition for India's stars at this point in time. Thank you so much folks for joining us for this live. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.